everybody, it's Holly from Besotted Orchids. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have moved the table over a little closer so we have a backdrop. I wanted to backdrop you this way, but as you know, my son's situation, eastern facing window, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So I need to get up really early before the sun does, or I need to stay up very late. But the problem with staying up late and filming is my husband sleeps right above here. That's our bedroom. So he's not going to like me down here filming. It's going to be lots of stomping on the floor. Keep it down there. So he goes to bed very early because he gets up really early for work. So let me see what we have today. Oh, let's just start you out with something. It's a little disturbing. This plant was very, very bad yesterday. I'm talking bad. I've been injured. This is a nobly type dendrobium that I did put out on the porch, on the front deck there, to get some a little extra brightness because it does stimulate the blooming in the fall. And I thought, well, it's getting cold. We had a couple frosts, or we're getting close to frost, so I moved it in. And we have had some frost since then. But we are going to have to do a video on this. We will be repotting this. This is a keiki. Look at that. Nice. And there's a couple more over here. So we're just going to put this all in one pot, and we're going to make a beautiful, beautiful new plant. But here's the problem. As I was watering and wandering around the grow space over there in the living room, I must have bumped this. This belongs here. And I just kept this to show you. That's of no use anymore. But I was so happy because I was seeing little bumps that would signify buds coming on. So this thing fell onto the floor, a hard floor, bounced up in this heavy pot, hit me in the shin. So I have a nice lump on the shin and a little bruise. Excruciatingly painful. So then I put it back up on the shelf. And it hadn't broken at this point. A little bit later, when I was filming, took another fall. Not filming, I was watering. Another fall. And this time it did break. So my fault for not realizing that it's a little top heavy. It wants to go one direction. So had I just merely staked this, we wouldn't be talking about this. I wouldn't have a bruise on my shin, and this plant would not be in the condition that it is now in. But we're going to fix it all up. We're going to repot this week. I think I'm going to put it in a little bit of sphagnum. So there we go. Okay, now oh my God, I have so much here. I don't even know where to begin with this. Let's just show you this. Here's one that we have not seen before in bud. This is, let me see, Apathia petalum premulinum. Look at that. It is a sequential bloomer. It has two buds forming already, like my Psychopsis Mendenhall over here, which has finished its bloom. It finished its bloom several weeks ago, and it is preparing new ones. So there are two buds on there, and I absolutely cannot wait to see this. This is one sequential, perpetual, whatever you want to call it. It will always have a bloom on it, and this spike can last, from what I'm reading, up to a year, and it's really, really pretty. It's very pretty. So I'm very much looking forward to this, and I do have an orchid talk coming up here over in Ashland County for a plant group. The 23rd? Yeah, 23rd. So I'm hoping, I'm probably have a false hope that this one will be open for them. That would be really, really nice if it was. I'm going to set this here out of the way. Now let's bring this over. Look at this. Come on. This is Spicerianum. It has one bud that will be open. I'm really excited that'll be open because everybody loves to see the paths. And then if I can get this down, there is another bud forming. So this won't be open for the show, but this one will. The talk. So it is kind of an orchid show. I take a lot of orchids in. So I do want a lot of them in bloom because we need them. People want to see the pizzazz. So over here, we have Renee Marquet Tyler. It has 2 new growths on it. You can see the darker color, they're the new ones, which is unusual because typically the lighter ones are the newer. So here we go. Look at that. There is a bud. So I'm really happy about that. And this one here, in a few weeks, as soon as it matures a little bit more, it'll bud out too. And this is the beautiful one that has bright green, bright yellow, and bright pink. So I'm really, really looking forward to seeing that one. Oh, here is a little surprise. This is one my daughter had bought me. I'm not going to guess the name. I'm going to think about the name before I tell you what it is. It's a little pinkish red Cattleya, but look at that. One little bud. So that's a little disappointing. But if you look here, the former ones that have bloomed for me have been bifoliate. They have 2 leaves. This one blooming only has 1 leaf. So I'm noticing some of my Cattleyas, sometimes they are bifoliate and sometimes a single. So I'm not understanding. I don't understand why that happens. I'm going to have to look into that. And if you see a little bit of white residue on some of my orchids, we did have a mealybug problem. So they have been sprayed with alcohol, but I haven't cleaned them off yet. So any white that you see, hopefully, is a dead mealybug. We had some little tiny issues forming. I think it was just plants coming in and out from outside. Who do we have here? Here we go. I have so many to show you. This is Burragara Franz Jewels. Now this one is it's a smaller one. It looks a little bit like a Miltoniopsis. And where is it? Oh, you're going to have to show the spike. Here we go. Right there. You see that spike right there? There it is. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4 new growths forming. That's what you want to see. Because when all of these, maybe 5, when all of these start blooming, and hopefully 2 at a time, this is going to be absolutely beautiful. Really, really pretty. So I'm looking at going into a winter full of flowers. Really, really, really pretty. This one you have not seen bloom in a while. Look at that. How pretty is that? This is Dendrobium Green Lantern. And it has another Dendrobium. Oh, I don't want to look. I want to always remember these, so I train my brain to remember them. Green Lantern. Dendrobium Green Lantern Red Carpet. It's very, very pretty. And it only has 2, but it's one that had previously had blooms on it before. You can see that. So I am hoping with these new growths on it. Look at that. That's a really nice big growth. Look at that. So I'm hoping to see a lot of buds this winter. I really am. Oh, nice. You can't see that, but I did just get a message on my... Distracting me for a minute, sorry. I just got a message from a friend. She will be at the trampoline park today with her children. So it's homeschool day. And John was hoping to hook up with some friends over there. So that just popped across my screen as I'm filming. Now, let's talk something fun. This is Sodoanum. It's the Oncidium variety. This is, let's just say this is the mother. This is the, well, okay. Okay, let's backtrack. This is Mom, the Chiraphorum. She's so teeny tiny. And this is Sodoanum. It's a little larger. Now, this is a young plant. I did get it from Equigenera. And it did come in bloom. If you watched my video, it had a few little blooms on it. It had 3 different bloom spikes. So that was really, really fun to unpack that and get that. But this is Oncidium Sodoanum, one of the parents of the twinkles that we all love. This is the other parent. And this one is not in spike currently. Let me get this here for you. This one is. Do you see that? 1, 2. Oh, some of them are so itty bitty you're not going to be able to see them. Trust me, there's a 3rd one peeking out right there. 3, and I believe there are 4 in there somewhere. Now, mom and dad. And this one here will get a little larger. Now, this one's very diminutive. This is a very, very tiny orchid. That's how they shrunk the size down for the twinkles. But I saw another YouTuber yesterday, and he was saying that was his chiraphorum, and it's pretty big. So I don't understand. I'm not understanding because it is tiny. This is blooming size. This is the second time it's bloomed for me. I don't believe this is going to get any larger. This is a tiny orchid. So I'm not understanding the cross or the variety that this other YouTuber has. Honestly, it was a little larger than this. So I'm not understanding. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that's not a chiraphorum. Or maybe it's just a different strain or a different family of it. I don't know. Something is different between his chiraphorum and mine. Because as you can tell, this is obviously a blooming size orchid. And it hasn't grown. This is it. When it forms the new growth, they are all tiny like this. So, Mama, Daddy, here we go. These are the parents. These are the parents of... Let's get them. Oh, let's do this one first. This is probably the more famous of them all. Twinkle Marguerite. Look at this. I'm going to stand back so you can see all this. Twinkle Marguerite. And she has 1, 2, 3, 5. Unless there's a few more coming that I haven't noticed yet. There are 5. Beautiful. I mean, look at this. They really branch out. And being that my orchid talk is on the 23rd, I would love this one to be in bloom. This would be it. I would love this orchid to be in bloom. It might have a couple. It's not going to be in full glory, but it might have a couple for people to look at because I do want them to see this. This is a really pretty orchid, and it does smell very nicely of vanilla, which a lot of people like to have that. So here it is. Beautiful, beautiful. So the 2 that I showed you previously, the chiraphorum, the teeny tiny, and the sodoanum. The sodoanum is where it gets all these huge, beautiful sprays. That's what that came from, in the teeny tiny flowers. But, you know, what am I saying? The chiraphorum tiny flowers too. But anyhow, those were the 2 that were bred to create this grouping of orchids that we love so much. Water all over my table. This is another one you've seen here on my channel. This is Pink Profusion. Pink Profusion. I have a lot of orchids to remember. If you see me pause, I'm going through here. There are 160 some orchids in here I have to remember the names of. So that's what the pauses are. Here is another beautiful spike. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 on the Pink Profusion. And you know what? This one did come from Groovy Plants. This came from Groovy Plants. The sodoanum came from Equigenera. And chiraphorum came from Hauserman. I'm pretty sure Hauserman. So, oh, it's indigenous to Mexico. We learned a little something extra. So there we go. So we've covered this one. I'm telling you, I have so many spikes. There are more behind us. There's in front of us over here. There's a lot more orchids. This is BLC Soundworth number 28. There we go. Somewhere. I want you to see this. There's the sheath. And some of your orchids, your cattleyas, it's just starting. But this sheath has been there for several weeks. Lots of your sheaths, when they come in, they will come in. I'm trying to find the one I want to show you. They will come in pretty quickly with the buds, and you're going to know right away you're going to get flowers. Some of them hold on for quite a while through their sheath. This is one you would have seen on a short I put on. I think it was a short this week. It was still within this. I showed you the shadow. You can see a video where you can see the shadow showing the buds. Here, they are. Now, 2 buds, potential blooms on a cattleya, not the greatest. I'm living in a home. Of course I live at home. My plants live at home with me. They're not in a greenhouse setting. So if if a cattleya gives me 2 buds, 2 blooms on each one, I am more than happy with that. I am not going to complain about that. And here's another growth over here. I do have to peel. I have to peel this off. This is just a hiding ground for some of your baddies, for your mealy bugs and things to get in. So I'm going to be cleaning up some of these orchids, of course, before my orchid talk, because this is going to be in bloom. And I cannot wait. I can't give you a name. You know how that goes. There's a tag somewhere. But I'm hoping, it looks like it's pushing out another sheath over here on the brand new growth. So, excuse me, 1 second. You'll have to just look at my orchids while they reach around and grab this one here. Here we go. And this one looks a little sad. It had been up against the glass on my window. It suffered some pretty serious sun damage. It looked terrible. So I did snip that off. But this is a large cattleya. I'm kind of thinking this one is Vaccina Gold, I kind of think. It'd be really pretty. Oh my goodness, I have something to show you. I'm going to keep disappearing because I had to show you these items. Well, here we go. Here we go. I can get it down to you. I've hurt my shoulder. Don't carry bags of chicken feed around on your shoulders, ladies. Look at that. This is my Psychopsis, and it is a sequential bloomer. So they fall off, new ones develop. This will be raring to go to show all of its glory at my orchid talk. I'm really excited about this. Nice, healthy plant. You see the patterning? Very, very pretty patterning on this. And a brand new growth. Really, really nice. So, you know, when this growth is done developing, another spike could come out. It would be really pretty. Oh my gosh, I have so many over here. You guys just wouldn't believe it. I have so many orchids over here in bloom, in bud, spike. This, I was talking on Nicole Deanna's channel. She's out of New York. She grows her orchids in the house too. Very, very nice person, and you should follow her. So, and if you've not subscribed to Besotted Orchids, I was going through my analytics last night. I rarely do. I was going through the analytics, and they've changed considerably. When my orchid channel started out, and my husband's not too completely thrilled about this deal. It was mainly older women watching my channel. Now my statistics are showing, my analytics are showing 69% of my viewers are males in the US. My husband is not too happy about that, you guys. So here we go. He would be much more happy if lots of older women watched my channel. So here we go. Because he's from Eastern Kentucky. He doesn't understand that men like flowers. He has no concept of that. He tolerates my orchids living in the house with us. So here is a spike, 1. And we're going to count a lot here. You can just see them. I'm not going to be able to point every single one out. This orchid has 6 spikes coming onto it. This is my hieroglyphica. And as I was saying, I was talking to Nicole about this because she has great success with her summer blooming phals. This is a summer blooming phalaenopsis. It doesn't have to be triggered by the cold winter weather, cooler nights to be blooming. And I said, you know, mine just aren't doing very well. They're not doing as well as yours. I don't understand what's going on. She suggested keeping it warmer, which is not a problem here in our house because we don't have air conditioning. So they're kept very warm in the summer. What I wasn't doing was soaking them enough. I was wondering why I had a paintbrush in here. I obviously was using it for a steak. You can use anything for steaks, chopsticks, anything you come across. So anyhow, I've been giving this, you can see the roots in there. Oh my gosh. I've been soaking this for a good 20 minutes. A good soaking of this orchid. And this and another one, LD Bear King, which we both have the same ones on this. She has a lot more that I don't have. So if you're into the summer blooming phals, head on over to Nicole Deanna's Orchids. You're going to see a lot of beautiful, I believe she has like the Bellinas. She has a lot of them. So I'm really hoping that just giving this one much more water is going to help it. And I don't want to change the mixture up because I don't want to rot anything, but I just want to be able to control the water by a good soak for 10, 20 minutes out, and then it drains. But you can see, very healthy. And nice shiny leaves. This orchid type does tend to have a very, very nice shiny leaf on it. So I'm happy with this. And like I said, I have an LD Bear King in the other room. I'm telling you, I have orchids everywhere. Of course I have orchids everywhere. I have blooms and spikes everywhere. So we are coming into a very wonderful season where you're going to be able to see a lot of orchid buds. Yeah, sorry, it's getting warm in here. Too much hair. Let me see what else we have here. I'm trying to see if I've covered everything. Here we go. This is a rescue from Lowe's. A Better Grow Orchid. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, I'm not turning it right. It's a Better Grow Orchid, trust me. Came out of a bag. It's a bag baby. Okay. Cattleya type is Caribbean times Lawrenceana. Pink cluster. And it is very pretty. I have seen it in bloom once before. Now this one here, when it developed, this sheath, I'll get this out of the way. It didn't do anything. It just stopped. So I'm sure that was the transition to my home. So here we go. It's accepted life here in the old farmhouse, and it's decided it's going to bloom. So I am really happy to see this because it was struggling. Look how dehydrated it was. When I bought this orchid, it was a total save. It was like, if you don't take me home, I'm going to die tomorrow. So here it is. What else do I have? Oh my gosh. I think I am actually out of things in this room to show you. Oh my goodness. Oh, here. Let's just show you a bloom. This one right underneath me. This is, if you follow my channel, you know this is a favorite because I raised it from a baby, from a little seedling. I'm pretty proud of this one. I mean, it's great to go out and blow $50 on an orchid and it's in bloom and you're like, well, this is wonderful. It's also great to have a seedling. And as I said on a previous video, I have to clean some of my orchids up. That's what I'm going to be doing next week. I'm going to be cleaning all these orchids up, making them look pretty so they can go to the orchid talk. These are a bunch of plant people. These aren't orchid people. This is a actual plant group of people who just love everything plant-wise. And they're hosting me. So, in my orchids. So I'm really, really pleased about that. It gets me back in the teaching mode because I have 9 upcoming sourdough bread classes at the local libraries. I have 9 of them. So I'm going to be way up in like Plymouth. I'm going to be everywhere. So I'm really looking forward to those. But I haven't done a talk in a while. So this one here is going to be really great to just get me going on a roll before all the other ones open. Now this one's a little different. There can be a lot of people at this one. The libraries limit you to, I don't know, 15 people. They don't want masses of people in, especially since COVID. So I'm used to groups of like 15 people. Now this could be more people, which would be great, but also it's a little different talking in front of a bunch of people. So here we go. This was 2 plants. I digress. I'm wandering off again. There were 2 plants in here. One I grew from a seedling and one that I did put in from, I don't know, came from probably Carmela. So a lot of my orchids came from Carmela. But here we go. There is another spike on here as well. Let's see if we can get this over here for you to see. Another spike. So it's doing well. I'm pretty happy with it. What else? I don't know if you can see this one back here. If I can reach with my shoulder. It's really not my shoulder. It's really it's all the muscles in my arm. I think I tore every muscle in my arm. Look at this. This is the one that was supposed to be Pinot Princess. Backwards. It's supposed to be Pinot Princess. It's not Pinot Princess. I was looking forward to my dark purple spiders around Halloween. And no, I have yellow. But they're beautiful and they do have a nice scent. A lot of the Brassica types, I'm looking at another one back there. You've seen that 100 times, the darker one. A lot of the Brassicas have a peppery. It's okay. But, you know, this one does have a little bit more floral scent to it. And I'm going to have to look at the name, but look at that. I mean, who wouldn't want to see that? It's so pretty. I think that really think the brassias, the spidery type, they're pretty close to being my favorite of the orchid types. I don't know. The cattleyas are really nice. I love the path. We're done. I like them all. We're just done. We're not going to go there. I like all of you. Like my dogs, 3 dogs. I like them all for different reasons. They're all unique. So Alaska's excited. She has a grooming kit coming in the mail today, my little tiny girl. And everything bogged down during the last clipping set and she didn't get finished. So a new set's coming today and she will be trimmed up. I told her it's a spa day. She's getting a bath and she's not too terribly happy with me. She'll probably be in hiding. But here we go. Here's some beautiful blooms. So I guess I will end. I see we're up to 25 minutes. I will end this here. And I hope you're all having a great day. I hope things are going well for you. Take care. Please like, share, subscribe. And above all, enjoy these beautiful orchids. Thank you so much for watching.